The moment I stepped past the velvet curtain, I knew I'd gone too far to stop. Soft laughter, quiet murmurs. Bodies moving together in slow, indulgent rhythms, a firm grip found my waist. Another presence pressed in behind me. A voice low and commanding murmured at my ear, "Relax. Just let go." Lisa had promised I'd love it. I wasn't sure if I believed her, but it was too late to turn back now. "Before we begin, I just have one request. Stay till the end. I promise it'll be worth it. And if you enjoy stories like this, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I need a man." The words just slipped out, and honestly, I didn't care. I took a sip of my drink, staring at the ice melting like it held some kind of answer. Across from me, Lisa nearly choked on her wine. She coughed, then burst into laughter. "Jesus, Claire. Straight to the point tonight, huh?" I'm done pretending I leaned in, lowering my voice like I was confessing some deep, dark secret. It's been too damn long. "I can't take it anymore." Lisa smirked, twirling the stem of her glass between her fingers. "So what's stopping you?" I groaned. "Men our age are either married, boring or clueless, and younger guys. Half of them don't even know what to do with a woman like me." Lisa tilted her head, amused. "And what exactly do you need, Claire?" I exhaled dramatically, rubbing my temples. "I need a man who actually knows how to touch a woman. Someone who doesn't ask, 'Are you close?' 30 seconds in?" Lisa shook her head, laughing. "Damn, someone's in crisis?" "You have no idea," I sang back in my chair. "And don't tell me to get on some stupid app. I don't need another guy sending me a "you up" text at 2 in the morning. Lisa gave me a look, the kind of look that made me pause. Like she knew something I didn't. "Maybe you're looking in the wrong places." I narrowed my eyes. What's that supposed to mean? She took a slow sip of her wine, dragging it out like she was enjoying the suspense. "I might know a way to fix your little problem." I crossed my arms, "Lisa." She just smirked. "Let's just say there's more than one way to meet the right kind of man." Lisa took another slow sip of her wine, dragging it out just long enough to make me squirm. "Lisa," I warned. "Just spit it out," she smirked. "Fine." "But don't freak out," I scoffed. "Please." At this point, nothing shocks me. Lisa leaned in, lowering her voice. "You know how I told you Mark and I keep things exciting?" I nodded, "Yeah." Her smile deepened well. "We share?" I blinked. "You what?" Lisa shrugged. "We're open, we meet other people, experience new things together. It's fun." I stared at her, waiting for the punch. Line it never came. "You're serious?" Dead serious. She leaned back, watching me like she was waiting for me to run. I should have been shocked. I should have gasped, judged, called her crazy, but instead, I found myself gripping my glass a little tighter. A warm pulse of curiosity flickered under my skin. Lisa noticed. "See, you're intrigued? I didn't say that." "You didn't have to." Her smirk widened. "Claire, you just said you're going insane." "You need this." I hesitated. "Lisa, I don't know, I mean, that's a big step." She reached across the table, her fingers grazing mine. "No pressure. Just come see for yourself. You don't have to do anything." I swallowed hard. The wine felt too warm in my throat. The thought of stepping into that world, her world, was terrifying. But the idea of another lonely night in my empty bed, somehow that felt worse. Lisa squeezed my hand. "One night, Claire. Just come with me, no strings attached." I let out a slow breath. "Okay?" Lisa grinned. "Good girl." That weekend, I did something I never thought I would. I stood in front of the mirror, smoothing my dress over my hips, my pulse racing, black-fitted. A little risky, but not desperate. It had been sitting in my closet for years, waiting for a night like this. My hands were unsteady as I reached for my perfume, spritzing it lightly over my neck. The scent wrapped around me like a secret. My stomach twisted not with fear, but something far more thrilling. I exhaled slowly, but the rush beneath my skin wouldn't settle. What kind of people would be inside? Would they be watching me? My fingers brushed the hem of my dress, warmth pooling deep in my stomach. I should have been nervous. But beneath it there was something else. Something I hadn't felt in years. A buzz from my phone snapped me out of it. "Let me know when you're here." I grabbed my clutch, took one last breath, and walked out the door. 20 minutes later, I stood outside the club alone. No neon signs, no loud music spilling onto the street, just a sleek black doorway tucked between two high-end buildings. Exclusive hidden, my phone felt too warm in my hands. As I typed, "I'm here," the response was instant. "Good girl. Be right out." I swallowed hard, tucking my phone away, no turning back now. My thoughts spiraled. What if someone recognized me? What if this wasn't what I thought it would be? What if it was exactly what I needed? The thought sent a slow shiver through me. The sound of heels clicking against pavement made me turn. A sleek black car pulled up to the curb, and a moment later, Lisa stepped out looking effortless as always. She spotted me instantly and grinned. "Look at you," she teased. "Walking over, you're glowing already." "Shut up," I rolled my eyes. But the way she looked at me made my stomach tighten. Lisa hooked her arm through mine. "Come on, let's get inside before you overthink this." She led me toward the entrance, the doors swinging open before we even reached them. A man in black stood at the doorway, his gaze sweeping over me. Slow and knowing. "Welcome," he said smoothly. Lisa pressed a hand against my lower back, nudging me forward. A warm, electric pulse ran through me at her touch. I stepped inside. The bar hummed with low conversations, the dim lighting casting everything in warm golds and deep ambers. The scent of aged whiskey and rich cologne mingled in the air, wrapping around me like an invitation. I lifted my glass, the burn of the liquor barely noticeable against the heat. Coiling low in my belly, Lisa sat beside me, relaxed, effortless, as if she had done this 100 times. Across from us, Mark watched me with quiet amusement, his fingers swirling the dark liquid in his glass. "You're enjoying yourself," he murmured. It wasn't a question before I could answer. A presence settled beside me, strong, commanding, effortlessly assured. My pulse kicked up before I even turned my head. "Join me?" The words weren't spoken as a request. They were steady, confident, filled with an expectation that sent a rush of something warm through my veins. Lisa barely glanced up, her lips curving in quiet approval. "Go." I hesitated for half a breath before placing my empty glass down, and following the moment we stepped past the heavy velvet curtain. The air thickened. It was warmer here, heavier, charged with something unspoken. The lighting dipped into something more intimate, shadows flickering over plush seating, the softest strains of music curling in the background. He led me inside without a word, his touch a steady guide against the small of my back. Another couple was already waiting, their eyes drifting over me in quiet approval. The woman lounged effortlessly, her dress slipping just enough to hint at the softness of her skin. Her partner stood behind her, his touch slow, deliberate, tracing gentle patterns across her shoulders. My breath caught as a warm palm cupped my jaw, tilting my face upward. "Breathe," he murmured, his voice smooth, laced with quiet command. I obeyed, but it did little to steady the restless heat licking through me. His hands followed a slow path down my arms, patient, studying me, when his fingers brushed lower, pressing against the inside of my knee. I felt myself shift instinctively, my body responding before my mind could catch up. A whisper of fabric, the brush of warmth against bare skin. His lips found my shoulder first, soft but insistent, leaving behind a slow trail of fire. A shudder rolled through me as his breath skimmed my throat, his fingers tracing delicate lines over my collarbone. before dipping lower, then a deeper touch. He pressed forward, his presence undeniable, testing. Teasing, waiting for me to surrender. I did, my lips parted, a quiet hum slipping free as I welcomed him. Letting him guide me, control the pace. A low sound vibrated in his chest, fingers slipping into my hair as he deepened his claim. I braced myself, my hands gripping his thighs, absorbing the warmth, the weight, the steady movement that left me reeling. Behind me, the space shifted. A second presence, now close enough that I could feel his breath at the nape of my neck. A firm grasp settled at my waist, fingers tracing over my curves, taking their time exploring. A slow exhale, a moment of stillness, then a gentle pull guiding me where he wanted me. Where they both did. My breath stuttered as I felt the pressure. The slow, deliberate stretch that left me gasping. My hands trembled, my body adjusting, welcoming the new rhythm that took over, moving me between them, surrounding me completely. At first, it was patient testing, coaxing, giving me time to absorb everything. But soon it deepened, quickened, my body following, instinctively letting go. My fingers curled my skin, burning under their touch, every inch of me attuned to their rhythm. I gave myself over to it, let myself be moved. Guided, filled with nothing but heat and sensation. A hand gripped my chin, tilting my face up. Meeting dark eyes filled with hunger, a mouth found mine warm and commanding, stealing the last of my breath. As I gave in completely, my pulse roared in my ears, I barely registered. The soft creak of the door. The murmured voices, familiar voices. Lisa's tone playful and indulgent. She's beautiful like this. Isn't she a new touch? Fingertips ghosting down my spine. Nails dragging lightly, possessively. Mark's voice low with satisfaction. She belongs here, a shift. A new set of hands exploring, guiding, claiming. My mind blurred, my body surrendered fully. Given freely to the movement, the heat, the sensation. Everything pulsed. Warmth, rhythm, breath. The hum of pleasure filling the space. I was weightless, untethered. Drowning in the hands and mouths that worshipped me. The pace deepened, my body molded between them. Every inch of me ignited it, built higher. Hotter, a fire consuming everything in its path until it crested and shattered. My body convulsed, trembling against the warmth that surrounded me. My breath stolen my thoughts, dissolving into the overwhelming waves that crashed over me. Again and again, I barely noticed the hand still trailing over my skin. Smoothing, soothing, keeping me grounded, a slow, teasing kiss at my shoulder. Another along my jaw, a gentle murmur against my ear. The world around me was hazy, bodies still moving, still indulging. The scent of warmth and satisfaction heavy in the air. Lisa's fingers traced lazily down my arm. Her voice unknowing purr. Told you you'd love it. My body still trembled, the last waves of pleasure leaving me weightless, dazed. The air was thick with warmth, the scent of cologne and skin clinging to me, grounding me in the moment. I had let go of every hesitation, every restraint, and I had loved it. My breath steadied, but my mind spun. The Claire who had walked in tonight felt distant, like a version of me I had already outgrown. I had given in completely, tasted something I never thought I would. And now, a slow, thrilling hunger coiled deep inside me, tempting. Lingering, Lisa's fingers brushed over my arm, her voice smooth with amusement. So think you'll make this a habit? Some say exploring new desires is the key to true satisfaction. Others say some lines should never be crossed. But what would you do? Would you take the risk or walk away? Let me know in the comments. I am reading all of them, and if you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next story. See you soon.